G'day, Aaron. David Mark from the ABC. It's a relatively new squad in some ways. Can you tell me how it feels? What's the mood of the squad at the moment?
Everyone's excited. There's lots of energy. There's all big smiles on everyone's faces. We're happy to be here. But yeah, the closer it gets to the games, I think the more focused we'll be, and we'll try and be ready for the first game.
Yeah, that's pretty close now. What are your expectations of the games, and particularly the game against France?
Yeah, we want to go out and have a positive performance. Yeah, it's a World Cup. We want to maybe surprise a few people. That's the goal. We want to play well and get points.
How are you going to do it? I mean that. Sorry, in all seriousness. I mean, when I ask about setting goals, what game style are you going to play against France? And you talk about getting points. So, you realistically believe you can go out and get a draw or a win against France?
Yeah, we have. There's no point being here if you don't believe that. So, yeah, we haven't gone into detail with how we're going to approach the game yet. I'm pretty sure that's going to start very soon. But yeah, the basic things of sport we need, like application, focus. These sort of things are hugely important if we want to make the most of the opportunity.
Hi Aaron, Emma Kemp here from The Guardian. Congratulations on making the squad. It wasn't so long ago you were training in a local park, and now you're sitting here in Qatar, a week out from playing your first match. Can you talk to me about where your head was at that time and how it's been since joining Celtic?
Yeah, it was a tough period for me. In China, there was lots of COVID restrictions and stuff like that, and yeah, Arnie gave me a call a few times, and he wanted me to be involved. So that gave me a real motivation that he wanted me to be there, and yeah, that's what my focus was on. Just worked as hard as I could, got into the best shape as possible, and tried to help. And yeah, now I always believed that we could do it, and yeah, now we're sitting here and we're chasing other beliefs and dreams.
You've been killing it for Celtic. What kind of an influence has Ange had on you while you've been there? I mean, you obviously know him really well.
Yeah, Celtic's a massive club, huge expectations to win every game we play. I'm learning, and the quality is very high, the standard in training, and there's lots of good players there. So it's a good place to be to improve and to test myself. So I'm grateful I've been given that opportunity.
Aaron, Tom Smithies from Keep Up. Your second World Cup, how does this one, although two of the opponents are the same, how does this one compare to last time, and how does Arnie compare as a World Cup boss with Van Marwijk?
Sorry, can you repeat the last bit?
Yeah, how does Arnie compare with Bert as a World Cup boss?
Yeah, every manager is different. They all have a different approach to the game. Arnie's very good at man managing. He gets everyone in a positive way, positive thoughts, belief. He's big on that, and I enjoy working under Arnie greatly.
G'day Aaron, Liam Fitzgibbon from Fox Sports, mate. Just going back to your recent career, how do you reflect on your move to China? I know at the time people were saying maybe it wasn't the best move for your career. Obviously it's worked out well now with the chance you've got at Celtic, but how do you look back on that, and how do you reflect on it in the context of your career?
It was a different something different in my career. I like to experience different things. China it's a competitive league. I played I played with some of the best players I've played with over there, so there's quality over there. And the only difficult thing was the COVID restrictions and everything. It was difficult on my family because they couldn't come, so I was doing like long periods without seeing them. But yeah, I enjoyed that experience. It's cool to live in Shanghai. It's an amazing city, and yeah, it's something I can always look back on in life and say I lived in China. So it's cool.
Adam Peacock from News Corp. 4 years ago, France, first up, you played and played well, and not a lot went wrong for us in the game, but we lost. Can you remember much about it, how it played out, tactically, like, physically, all those things, or kind of it's evaporated from the memory now, given that you've played so many games?
Yeah, it's hard to remember everything. I remember it being a close game and feeling we were a little bit unlucky, sort of thing. But yeah, going into detail, I don't remember too much about it.
Well, back in the present, you're playing Champions League at the moment, so you're playing at the best level you can play at club level. And those games, you've noticed it with Celtic, one little thing goes wrong, you get punished.
Yeah.
How, looking at the two squads, you go, well, there's a bit of a difference there in kind of perception of quality. What do you need to get exactly right in these games in terms of the performance, the 11 people against the other 11 people? What stands out for you in games like this?
I think you have to take your chances. You might not get many chances in the game, but if you take your chances, puts the opposition under pressure. I've played in games before, like when I was in England and stuff, where we beat bigger teams, and generally in those games we took the chances and we were very resolute defensively. I think this is important.
Aaron, Vince Regari from the Sydney Morning Herald, mate. Great to see you here. You spoke before about what you had to do to get right for the June qualifiers, and you played, brilliantly for 90 minutes, then 120 minutes off the back of basically no football. Do you think then, given what you've done over the last few months at Celtic, playing a lot in Scotland and the Champions League and Cups, that you've got even more to give the national team at this tournament?
Yeah, hopefully goes well. I've been training hard, trying to get as many minutes as possible to be in good space before. So hopefully that leaves me in good stead for the games. All I can do is try and play my best and help the team if I'm picked. Like always.
And in Scotland as well at the moment, basically every other game you'll finish it up and there'll be an Aussie you'll be able to talk to at the end of it with so many over there. Just keen to know what you think guys like Keanu and Cammy in particular, some of the Aussie midfielders who are over there and making names for themselves, what they can bring to this squad and this midfield if they're called upon. Arnie's brought in some fresh blood there. Yeah,
they're doing well. In Scotland there's lots of Aussies at the moment, and you see them every few weeks. It's a good league and competitive league. They're doing well, and they bring lots of energy into the group. Lots of hunger. They want to prove themselves, and this is important in football for sure.
Aaron, Joey Lynch from ESPN. You're one of the more experienced players in this group. As Adam said, you're playing Champions League. Not to speak for Arnie, but you're probably one of the first names on the team sheet. What goals have you personally set yourself for at this World Cup, both in terms of on the pitch and as a presence in the dressing room with a lot of younger boys in it?
I'm not much of a big talker around everyone. Everyone knows that knows me, but I just try and do the right things off the pitch, on the pitch, and hopefully, I don't know. I don't like to talk about myself, but I just try and play well, and then hopefully that inspires people. Yeah.
I was going to ask you that question, but I guess, have any of the younger players in this squad sort of sought you out and come to you for advice, or do you feel at least a sense of responsibility?
Yeah, I think everyone has responsibility. We're lucky to be here. There's only 26 of us, and when you put the jersey on, you got the responsibility to do the best for the nation. So yeah, I do speak to the lads. Sometimes we have little chats, and I might give them a few pointers or something, but I'm not dancing around screaming, shouting at people. I'm not that type of guy.
Aaron, Sam Lewis from ABC. It's lovely to see you here as well. Bouncing off sort of an earlier question, and maybe this is a pointless question because you say you don't like talking about yourself, but that period where you were preparing for the playoff games against the UAE and Peru, and you were sort of locked down with one or two Socceroos staff members trying to get your body as fit as possible. Can you sort of take us into your mind frame at that point in your life? What was your guiding star? What was your motivation? And was there anyone in particular who sort of helped keep you on that path?
Probably the little boy inside of me that started playing football. That's probably what motivated me. Always the World Cup we were close to qualifying, and then we got to the playoff games, which is so important. I knew that if I was going to be involved, I didn't want to let anyone down, so that was another big motivation. Probably that.
Tracy Holmes, ABC. Again, I know you don't like talking about yourself, but would you describe yourself as intense?
Not really, not off the pitch. On the pitch, I try and be intense. Off the pitch, more relaxed. Try and, I don't know, chilled.
So just on that, are you the type of person that kind of focuses and builds and builds and builds to a game and then kicks back afterwards? Or do you have periods every day leading into a match where you have some time out? And how do you get that time out? How do you just zone out? What do you do?
Yeah, usually a couple of days before a game, I'll start to be more tense, anxious sort of thing. That's professional sport, but you got to deal with that. And then, once I've played and I've given my all, then that all goes away and just disappears. And then the next game comes, and then you do it again. So it's part of the game you have to deal with.
Aaron, Dave Davutovic from Keep Up. Can I just get you to talk about your sort of evolution over the last few months at Celtic, I guess physically, technically, tactically as well, and also just to drill down into that Champions League experience. It was obviously awesome to see you start at the Bernabeu, but what has that experience been like for you, as a footballer and as a person?
Yeah, it's a testing place. Every day we go in with the boys training 100 mile an hour. That's the way Ange likes it. There's no days where it's just chill. So it's intense and it's a good place to be. Like I said before, to test yourself, improve. But I'm just so can roll in, trying to enjoy the moment, trying to do my best, and I've been given some amazing opportunities already, and one day I'll look back and I'll be like, I can't believe I did that, but that's not for now, and just keep trying to achieve more.
And just on Champions League, that experience and I guess how that's readied you for the World Cup?
Yeah, Champions League's the top level in club football. I was lucky enough to be involved, and it's an eye-opener, the level that these some of the teams are at and the players, it just pushes you that you got to be better if you wanna win games at that level. And you learn little things on the pitch from playing against top players. So hopefully I can become better.
And how big is the, David Weiner from Keep Up as well, the motivation coming from playing in the Champions League, coming to the World Cup? You say you're chilled, but then when you look at the opportunity to test yourself against the likes that France are going to have in midfield, how does that still you? How do you prepare for an occasion like that?
Yeah, as you get closer, the tension starts to build, and once you're playing, you're not really thinking about who you're playing. You're just playing the game, and that's what I've always done throughout my career. I've played at a good level throughout my career, so when you start playing, you want to be in a zone where you're not thinking too much. You're playing the game.
Hey Aaron, Clint Stanaway from Nine, mate. Just intrigued about your relationship with Ange and whether he had a parting message for you. I mean, he's starred in this movie before, the World Cup movie. Did he have anything to say to you before you jumped on the plane?
He just said to all the lads that were going off to the World Cup, I think there was 4 of us, just said in front of everyone, we wish you all the best, and had a message for us. And it's nice. It was nice send-off. So that was it. Nothing one-on-one or personal, just as a group.
Hi, Kurt Hall from Reuters. I asked Keanu the same thing, but do you think you and the rest of the players connected Scotland are bringing Scotland fans along to Australia? And is there something to say about the Jackaroos?
About the...
Jackaroos is what it's being called.
Oh. Yeah, I didn't know about that name, but there's lots of half Scottish players here. For sure. Why not? The Scotland's not here, so hopefully they can get behind us.